The hour continues. Episode number 34.
I thought you was already going.
I go by the name of Drerawka. I was, but then Erica didn't hit her. Her mic was off, so I was like, all right, I'm just gonna talk to myself.
Oh.
I go by the name of Dre, the number one Chief Rocka, alongside my man Junior Hammond.
Yeah,
we got producer Erica behind the board.
Scoot.
You gotta turn it up. Scoot it up. Scoot it.
Turn up the volume.
Yeah, but the little thing. There you go. Now go
all
up.
the way up to our.
Now keep going where everybody. Yeah, there you go. Now say something.
Can't you just?
Hello.
There you go.
Can you guys
Just
hear
be where
me?
everybody else is, huh?
Yes.
Had a really cool episode with Hanu, a friend of the show.
That's
Came
cool,
back.
man.
He was talking about some business is nasty, bro.
Yeah.
Business is a nasty thing, and I think we've all experienced that nastiness in business. I mean, going from your story of the way that whole thing ended, it just proves that, like, in business, you're just a number.
Yeah.
In some people's business. Some people run their business where it's not that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think that's how he is. I don't think he runs that way at all, right? Hanu trickling down, I wouldn't think. Money is power. These people get corrupt and don't care anymore. I think they start losing sight of doing it. I think that's when it is. When they seems like the bigger we get, the more detached from the actual physical action work happening you become. Oftentimes, speaking to line work, often that 100% of the time, that's when you have this attitude. You're detached from actually what's happening.
Yeah.
Therefore, you're detached from what's happening. You're hearing what we're doing. Yeah, I think that's all it is, man. Stay engaged with your people. It's a lot to that, I think.
Really
Good story.
In his story, if you go and listen to it, because really it comes down to just be a man of your word, you know?
That's all I mean. Yeah, just be there, be in it. Be you say something, do something. Do it. That's it. For sure.
How are you recovering, my brother?
I'm recovering, man.
Last time we talked, you were almost dead.
Yeah.
Right? You are beating this thing called COVID and shingles.
Yeah, yo.
They're
done.
With treatment from the wonderful and beautiful Rhonda.
That's it.
What's the name of her company? Rhonda Acupuncture?
High Point Acupuncture.
High Point.
High Point.
In Evanston, Wyoming.
So you're doing good, though?
She said, yeah, man, I'm doing great. I'm physically 100%, I would say. Skinny. Lost a lot of weight. That's weird. It wasn't that long. I mean, 10 days, whatever. I don't remember. 8 days, something like that. I don't even remember. It doesn't matter. It's a stupid memory, but I lost a ton of weight in a short amount of time. It was really bizarre. And I never noticed it till you said something other than my pants are always... I fluctuate in weight. Do you fluctuate in waist size a lot?
Mm-mm.
I wonder if that was a dude thing.
No.
I'll go, I will, but not much. I got 2 extra holes in that bad boy. Lost a lot of weight.
You could tell it in your face, and I could tell it in your arms.
That's what she was telling me too, and I looked
Yeah.
looked in the mirror.
In his neck.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like,
It's not something I do. Yeah, us big Hammond boys hold it. That's where we hold it all, right here. You can see it in all of them.
so what's up? What are you doing to put some weight on for him?
I eat like, dude, I'm on it.
He's eating.
Yeah, I'm good.
Give him a steak.
Yeah.
Love steak. Lots of mental stuff still. Fog and just goofy, and attitude. My demeanor's off for sure. Still
Short-tempered?
Yeah.
Annoyed?
Very. Yeah, just dumb stuff, man. That's never been. It is now. And that's okay. We're just working with it. I'm just acknowledging it. I'm pretty short, man. It's stupid. But saying that, I hope people hear that and be like, fuck, maybe I'm doing the same thing. If something's off, yeah, damn. It changed me, man. It's done some shit to me. I don't know. Physically, I feel great. But mentally, I feel just, I don't know.
Still doing like the treatment stuff? And
Something's goofy. Yeah, I haven't went back up there. But just simply due to chaos here. But
You
as
probably should.
from the hole, I should totally, for sure. From the hole we have, I'm trying to dig out of that hole, and going to get those isn't going to get me out of this hole. That's how I think anyway. So that's why we just keep grinding hard as we can. But yeah, I should for sure.
I'm glad that you're feeling better.
For you. Yeah, man. Yeah, doing good.
The yard looks amazing, by the way.
Thank you.
I was telling
Is there
Erica,
still a strip out above the garage right here? Still? God damn it.
There is.
Yes.
I didn't notice
I
it.
didn't know.
I noticed around this door right here.
the blue.
I'm a sucker. No, the multicolor.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for the multicolor.
Do you like that?
Yeah, I love it. I love multicolor. I think even what your guys' like tree in it's dope. It looks
Thanks,
really
man.
dope. And the snow. Come on, man. We can't ask for anything better,
Gotta
man.
have the snow.
It's a gingerbread house.
Yeah, exactly.
It brings a whole glow to it all.
Now you just need like gumdrops somewhere. Like,
All throughout the yard.
yeah.
I didn't even put out any blinkies this year. Are you a straight light guy? You just like to go enjoy lights, right?
I love
What
the
looks
lights,
really good to you though on a home? Is it a linear thing? Is it like you said, the color thing?
I like sharp.
Blinky, not blinky.
I like sharp and I like sharp and clean.
Yeah. that's what I
Sharp,
like.
clean, and not necessarily blinking. If it's blinking, cool. But like like the houses that you could tell like they went and paid somebody to do like the strip where everything's fucking I love that. I don't know why. I just love.
Where it's tight, nice and straight. Yeah.
And your house is really nice, really tight, really straight, even down to your yard gate right there, right?
Yeah, man. The amount of time I put into doing it is just, it's unbelievable how much time it takes. That's why you go to Lowe's and you can download an app and just have a couple lights hit your house to music. That's the blinky I speak of. There's no work in that. Zero. These people aren't out there when it's fucking 20 below and there's so much work goes into doing this. It takes me, doesn't matter, but it's cool. It takes a lot of time, an unbelievable amount of time. So I hope people enjoy it. I'm saying thanks because I hope people are loving it because it's a fucking lot of work, man.
Are you gonna throw music out there?
Nah, I'm not. I'm not into that. The music for Halloween, like I could play a little jam like that, but I don't like it blinking to it.
Yeah.
The whole in sync blinking.
Well,
music.
you didn't even do. I mean, you didn't even have
But
like,
Halloween had tunes out there.
you had like sounds, right?
Yeah.
You had like the sounds, and when we were walking in the yard with the
ambient
fog,
music,
right?
Yeah.
Throw some.
Yeah. See, that's it. Christmas is so different.
Yeah.
I'm
Hey.
definitely more an evil guy. It's easier for me to go to the dark stuff. Yeah. What do you play? Dashing through this. Fuck no.
Michael Bublé. What did we say last time?
I like Bublé though. He's
Yeah.
dope. Yeah, he's Frank. He's
Hey,
Frankie.
yeah, Sinatra got some good Christmas songs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anything out of his mouth is gold,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Well,
Oh,
have you ever done like a
December.
dark Christmas?
What the hell was that?
That sounded like a horn honking.
Or don't you hear that?
I thought it was like a
Somebody like whoo whoo.
I thought it was vibration. Like,
That was fucking weird.
Did your phone vibrate?
Dark Christmas
No.
from top to bottom. No. Like dark tree like theme and all that. No. But
like
but
your,
we decorate that way in the studio for sure.
like your yeah, definitely.
There's a dark tree up there, Christmas tree.
Your guy out here on Halloween, the
Mhm.
one that had the rotating thing,
Mhm.
the big giant dude, just throw like a nice little Santa coat on him or something.
Good idea.
Santa going.
Yeah.
Good idea. I could now just leave them decorations up longer.
Yeah.
'Cause that's a shitload of work. Because I use the fence for both. I use that big fence. A lot of
Yeah.
people come here. It's funny. And they think, why'd you take your fence down? I just can't believe people think that fence is real. So a lot of the client, I've heard it several times.
I low key just thought
It
it
is-
stayed year round.
It is.
It's a problem.
It's so, yeah, not sharp. It's in the sidewalk and shit. I don't know. I'm too fucking observant. But yeah, I'm like, dude, it's PVC. It's just the shit for the, no.
Have you ever thought about making that real?
It's going to be.
Okay.
Oh, I don't want to set a time to it, but this whole facility will be gated here soon. All
Nice.
the way across the driveway. I'm gonna do a big electric gate. I got it all planned out in my head. I just gotta have her say I got the time, and then all the way down that one side that's not fenced, and then we're all tight. And
Then you won't have no dogs in your yard
then
scaring
I
the
can
shit
let the
out of
dogs run through. Yeah, then I can let my dogs run through too. They can go all throughout the yard. But yeah, I want the whole yard gated, the whole thing from the sidewalk in.
you. Are you gonna put the HLT like on the gate?
I probably should.
That'd be ill. Like
Legally, they give us 2 feet. It's ridiculous. You can only have a 2 foot by like 15-inch tall sign for advertisement. It's kind of funky because I wanted to do a big old badass tattoo thing on the one side, but it's too big, and they look for it. It's on their list.
so do you
for
have to,
advertisement because it's not a walk-in thing. I don't want walk-in thing, but yeah, just to keep it so people know too when they get here. Sometimes they're like, "Is this the tattoo shop?" I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah. See, it needs to be big enough bigger than 2 feet. They only allow us 2 feet in right here in a home, in a residential.
Do you have to like show them final designs of your gate and stuff before, or do you just have, it can only be this tall and stuff like that?
Yep, and I know all the rules, but yeah, you're supposed to work with your city for sure. Yeah, you're supposed to. You get hella fines. I've heard of them. Oh, it's a lot. There's a lot there. I wanted this building twice this size. I got 30 feet clear to that back fence from here still. It would have cost me 10 more grand is all to build it. 35 more feet. Huge, way bigger facility. They wouldn't let me. There's a law that states you got to be 25 feet from the back fence. There's a lot of laws. They have a lot of rules and goofy stuff.
Which doesn't make sense to me because you guys own you own the house. Like, this is yours.
You do, but you kind of don't too. If you can't pay it all off and they want to take it, that gets tricky. But you're right. It's our property. We live in here. We should be able to do what we want on the property. I agree 100%.
So what's the purpose
but there's a fine line of what, when you run a business out of it, you got to be right on shit because now they watch.
But what if it was adding a bedroom? Would they be okay with that?
Inside you can short answer, yes. Long answer is complicated. Depends on what you're doing.
What if it hung off?
Simple things. Every room has its own rule. There's different rules for every part of the house. Even like basement work, you can only do this. Outside work, bedrooms, you can only do this without a permit, without talking to them legally. Right? They can fine you. I've heard of them take. I was told that to say. He told me a story of them making a dude take down an unbelievably huge shed that he'd built. That took him a long time to build it. And they fought back and forth, pushed and hard. They made him take it down. It was a big deal. It's kind of a fairly spendy venture. So they have power ultimately, always, if they want to enforce it or not.
Imagine investing so many thousands of dollars for them to be like, psych.
It's your property. The concrete, there's a tricky little thing there. I tweaked that rule for sure. You can only have so many % of your, I've read that code book back to back. You can only have so many % of your yard in West Point that's not natural. It has to be X amount of % of the yard has to be natural. And it's X amount in the front, X amount in the back. They're separate. There's so many rules. So with the fence, yes, they just have a few guidelines for heights and things. And we've already went through all that. With what's already there, I just got to tie off of it. It can only be 4 feet tall. That's the funny thing, is it can only be 4. I'm like, somebody can jump over that, bro.
Yeah.
A fence is to keep people out. 4 feet in the front.
A dog will scale that easily.
4 feet, bro.
I don't know if Zoe will be able to. She's a little tiny.
My old dog could do it. Yeah, there's goofy rules to it, and I understand all of it. I feel both sides of it. Dealing with the city. And Davis County's great, man. West Point's great. I'm just that guy when I hear something. I want to see both sides of everything. So I totally get where they're coming from. I get where everybody else is coming from. It is what it is. It's like, it's not going to change unless you go fight it or something. So sometimes you just kind of sneak and slick and just do what you got to do kind of thing.
If you were to ever buy a second house, where would you guys want to buy it at? Can't be Twilla. Would you?
I wouldn't
house.
see.
Just looking at temperature. I got to turn that down. It's way too fucking hot.
I don't know if I would buy a second house, but I don't know if I want the responsibility of 2 houses.
Yeah.
We're still not those people.
But I don't know. Yeah, if I was going to get another house, it would probably be in Oregon on the coast, I guess.
You really want to go back to Oregon, huh?
I like it there. Or I don't know. I liked Florida too, but I don't know if I'd have a house there.
I'd have them all over. Nah, 1 house for me. I'm good. 1. Very practical. See, it's not a fun answer. Hanu would have given a great answer about a fun story and it's a Bahamas thing or this thing. Something like that. We're just so stupid. I'm ridiculous. Just I'm good. Like, this is my dream.
But you can.
If I could have another. I don't know if it wouldn't be. I don't fucking know.
You keep adding to this house, and I'm like, where does? And you said the gate, and I'm like, okay, I can see a gate now, but I wasn't thinking that before. Like, I'm like, your house is done to me. You know what I mean?
So
it's
much
like
more to do.
You've done so much. This wasn't even here. You know what I mean?
No, there's a tree right here. Yeah.
Did you burn that tree?
Every single inch of it.
You didn't keep none of it?
I cut it down by myself. I burnt. Yeah. There's a lot of work.
Was it hard to deroot it?
It's not too bad. You just dig them up, with track hoe and then just cut the roots, drill the roots and poison them.
Oh, okay.
It's not that bad.
I was gonna say, what if they come back?
They sprig out in other areas, but the concrete cap keeps them pretty gonzo. If you get the big ones, those are big trees. Ooh. I think it's big. It's the biggest tree in the neighborhood.
Back through?
It definitely won't poke through the concrete, but it pushes it out. That makes it go to other people's yards and shit. Yeah, the tree's not dead. Once them roots are there, it's there. Them roots are going to be there for. But I poisoned the big main ones. You can drill them and poison them, and it kills them. But roots went everywhere. This tree was a big tree. It went way over that way.
I'm surprised you didn't keep it and do something with it. Like, not the whole tree, but like
little nostalgia.
You know, like a ring and make. You should tell people, yeah, that tree. It was this table.
So you don't say stuff like that because now I wanted. Yeah, you're right. I should. Yeah,
that would have been cool.
It wasn't super big around. Is the goofy thing? It wouldn't have made this table. I'm so literal, right? It's probably about this big. As far as, but it was shaped like it was fucking shaped weird. It was shaped like an oval. It got very unhealthy. It was bizarre. When it got sick, it died. It was nasty. The whole one half was dead. This tree was fucking huge. It's all on our Instagram. You can see the videos of me cutting it down. It was nasty dead. But it started growing into an oval. So it was goofy. It was a goofy ass tree. So it wasn't cool enough for a table. So one half of it's completely dry, and you don't want to do that.
Did you used to climb it as a kid?
No, I don't remember. No, it was too small by the time I'd left.
You used to rig the kids up in it.
Yeah, I'd take my kids up and down in it. I hung a pulley and stuff, a shiv up there, and put rope through it, and I'd harness up my kids and rip them up and down fast. But we never climbed it. I didn't. It was too small. By the time I'd left at 14, and I planted it right when we got here. Me and my dad planted it. So I think it's just too. Yeah, it's too. We climbed this one that was over here. You never seen that one by the carport. We had another little tree over here we had more grass in the front. This place was totally different. There was a big old separate grass thing in the front yard with a fence, and we climbed that little bastard all the time.
I used to climb trees in Portland in my little neighborhood, and I remember one time I slipped and I fell, and the branch was kind of shaped like almost like a slingshot, right? Mm-hmm. And my foot caught like right in the middle of it, and it yanked my knee, and so like I fractured my knee, and I was able to pull myself out and let my foot out. And my friend Antoine was at the top of the tree. He's like, "Yo, you all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good."
What do you think? There's not one good story comes out of trees are scary, bro.
Yeah, I was hanging upside down. I pulled myself out, and I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'm good. Hey, I'm gonna go inside real quick. I use the bathroom." I go inside my house crying.
Yeah, dude.
In pain. I go straight. My dad's like, "Yo, what's going on?" I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom. And so I go into the bathroom. I get our first aid kit. It's like a Riot Aid first aid kit. I grab all the Band-Aids, and I'm just band-aiding my leg. Was
it banged up bleeding?
It was scratched. It was just more of like, it was fractured, but it didn't break.
It fractured it?
Yeah, I got a hairline fracture in it. Sucks. And so my dad, he was like, "Hey, you all right?" And whatever. And then I'm in the bathroom. My friend Antoine comes into my house, and he's asking my dad, "Yo, is Dre okay?" My dad's like, "Yeah, he's just using the bathroom." He's like, "No, he just fell down the tree."
Get out of there,
what
boy.
What the fuck? He's like, "Andre." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Man." He looked at my knee, and it swelled up so big, bro. Like big. Takes me to the clinic, and then that's when they were like, "Yeah, hairline fracture."
Damn. And
Ever since that day, I was like, "Stand my ass out of trees."
Trees are gnarly, man. There's nothing really good comes out of them. Treehouse. So fuck that. Trees grow. Mm-hmm. They grow away from the treehouse, and they fall apart and shit. Never did understand the treehouse thing. I climb poles. I don't need to climb no damn. We climb towers and shit.
I always wanted a treehouse though as a kid.
That's true though.
Because I would watch the TV shows, right? And they would have a cool little treehouse, and they would have like cool little hidden things that they do with latches and stuff. I'm like, man, I want that.
We dug a big old thing over here in this corner. We had a big old fort thing, like I did for the kids. We'd build them on the ground out of all kinds of weird shit, trees, and stack them in the corner and against the weeds and shed. We did it like that on the ground.
There was tons of places in Portland that we could just like hide in big ass bushes, like bushes the size of this room, but you go inside of it and it's hollow.
Yeah, dude.
And so you could like cut certain things and make a fort out of this one thing. And so we used to do things like that.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever hear about that story about the dude at Nutty Putty Cave? Are you familiar with Nutty Putty Cave?
No, I got nothing.
So there's a cave. If you Google it, it's called Nutty Putty. And in 2000,
Nutty, N-U-T-T, Nutty?
Yep,
Putty.
But just put Nutty Cave, Utah. And there goes Erica again with the Googles.
We're a little old. Yo, when I grew up, I don't want to derail you too hard.
There you go.
We never had a.
Is that it?
We never had a computer.
I remember you tell, yeah.
Ever. I never, yeah.
So there was this dude.
There's still people like my ass out there.
Just hit continue.
There's people way older than me that
know
how to navigate. God, it's getting hot again.
Click on the back screen. So yep. There you go.
There.
So yeah. So let's see here.
Sealed up.
Yeah. So I forget the year, but there was a young man. His name was
Edward Jones.
No. I forget his name. That's him right there though. I want to say it was Josh. Is it
Josh?
Edward?
It said Josh right above it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Josh something.
His brother Josh.
Josh, I think it was Josh
Josh
Edwards.
Jones.
Or Josh Jones, yeah. I forget the year, but him and his brother, they used to go through caves in Utah, right, as kids. So he ended up going one time to Nutty Putty Cave, 2009, I think, or something like that. And they go through this cave, and they're kind of experienced, right? And they take a wrong turn, and that young man, he ended up going to a spot in the cave where he couldn't get out. And the spot in the cave was so narrow, so small that like the tiniest a person would have a hard time getting through this thing, right? And so they go back. He's stuck at this point, and I think it's his brother's birthday or his birthday or something like that. That's what they went and did. He gets stuck. They go out. The brother goes out of the cave, gets help. Help shows up 3 hours later. He's upside down in this cave, and they're trying to get him out. You know, they make so many different attempts. They try breaking rock around him, but the rock's falling down on him.
Yeah.
You know, they tried a pulley system and it was working, and then it failed. There was parts where if they were pulling him out, they would have broke his legs and like his ribs and shit.
Yeesh.
So they made all the attempts, and one final attempt, they finally get him to a point where they're about to get him out, and the pulley system fails again. He falls back into the cave, and then he becomes unresponsive.
Like they had him moving. They were. Oh God.
He becomes unresponsive, and so they send down an EMT. The EMT checks his pulse and his foot, and sells a pulse, but he's not responding. So maybe he's knocked out, right?
Yeah.
And so then the EMT checks again a few hours later or whatever. He's down there for like 19 hours, I believe, or something like that, a little bit more. But he ends up passing away, and they were unable to retrieve his body, so they sealed the.
They couldn't
the
get
cave.
him out of there.
Couldn't get him out.
Where's it at? Where's it kind of at-ish? I'm just curious. It said 55 miles away from Salt Lake. I didn't know if you knew where.
I'm not sure. I know I think it's out west.
God, caves are scary, bro.
That's an insane story, though, man. Like,
oh, absolutely. It's 2009. It said.
Yeah, 2009. That sounds right.
Man, that's. There's a thing that caves, like diving into like things that are sunk, like ships, and like some of these things are just they're absolute no brainers. Like, man, to me,
I fell into a YouTube wormhole watching this story because I found it, man, it's fascinating, you know?
Yeah.
I fell into a YouTube wormhole where this is a thing. They call it Sprilankin.
Said that word too somewhere. I don't remember.
Spetunkin. Spetunkin is like
It's a
cave
thing.
enthusiasts,
Yeah.
right? And I fell into this wormhole where these guys there's YouTube channels out there where they're going through caves and they're going 3, 4, 5 miles or hours into a cave where they are struggling they're going through holes like this big, bro, like enough to fit your head, right? And they say if your head can fit, everything else can fit, right? So they're going through.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I'll stop there. That's a thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, that's what I've always heard. It's kind of like the birth canal, right? Like the head first needs to come out, right?
For sure.
I think. So
That's how it's supposed to be.
I fell into this wormhole, man, and I'm watching these guys go through these small places, and they end up in these big ass rooms. And
then you come out into a beautiful.
Yeah. And it's incredible to see. And there's water in there, right? Because there's springs that still go through it.
Goonies shit.
Yeah, man. And it reminds me of when I was a kid, and I was like, fuck, man, I've put myself into some pretty dangerous situations where that could have been me.
Have you been in a cave?
Not a cave, but I have been through like I guess it would be considered a cave, like underground like tunnel kind of things. Even sewers. Like we've went through manholes as kids.
I guess them are concrete, right? I go through everything that way logically, right? I've been in some line stuff. We've done some sketchy shit. We've been in some old mine shafts, and
that terrifies me.
Through rail tunnels that are not. I say have, like, that's it. No more. No. It's such a no-brainer. You can feel wrong. You can feel the wrong. Right as you're just starting into this thing, you're like, man, I don't know. I don't understand how nobody would listen to that. That shit's scary to me. It's so and if there's tons of room, if, right? And you're repelling into a hole, I guess it doesn't matter how big it is. It can cave in. It's earth. It can move and shit. But some of that little, just, you're doing some dumb shit. Mine shaft stuff, these old abandoned things, man. Fuck all that.
I like watching the videos though.
Oh, for sure. I would be so about
bro.
I would love that.
It's super
and
compelling.
I could see that being super addictive if you do it. You did it. You knocked one. You're like, damn, that's cool. That'd be adrenaline. Nobody's doing it. Nobody. I don't know.
What if your equipment fails? Right. That head lantern that you have. What if it fails? What if it dies? Right.
Yeah, they consider all this horse stuff shit. I'm sure of it.
Oh,
and they try to keep all these.
And it's
but
dark.
they get into these other rooms. They get into it shows it on the videos.
Yeah, bro.
I'll have to check it
out. It's incredible. See, I'll send you some links. Like
that would be so addictive, dude. See that, be like, this is why we did this.
And this is a place that hasn't been touched, right? So you're seeing fossils in the rocks. So you're discovering cool fossils within. Yeah, exactly.
Nobody's been down there,
and it changes, right?
Yeah,
if the earthquake happens, the earth changes. So what you went to maybe 4 or 5 years ago could have changed.
Yeah,
right. There was one scene where there was a fish that was in this little body of water. You can see where you can see that the rooms that they're falling into, that they're going into, have been underwater at one point, and not that long ago. So that's kind of terrifying in itself.
All of it terrifies me. Like you said, the headlamp thing, that's a big deal. There's too many ifs down there. There's no Walmart to run and fix it. There's no Joey going to come help drag you out of that. It's a no-brainer.
There's no reception.
If two of you can't fit in there and do some shit, move around, I don't know about none of that tight shit. That's scary.
Unless I knew, for sure, without a doubt, I can get in and get out.
Yep. If you knew, yeah. If I could tell this story, if I knew I could smoke cigarettes the rest of my life and not die, I would so have done it. It's so that.
Cigarettes look kind of cool, though. Like, when people smoke cigarettes, I always thought they would look cool.
I was a smoker. Did you never smoke?
Never smoked.
Really? Have you tried it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Some of my friends are like, I smoke when I drink, but I never have done that either.
Tobacco's an interesting thing. If you got buzzed on it, nicotine, damn, that's a gnarly buzz.
I've gotten lightheaded.
Like, wow, you can get there's nothing. You go for a ride. And then you get so sick. Then you get so sick. We both smoked. She smoked for a long time.
What'd you guys smoke? Well, let me guess. You smoked Marlboros.
Ooh.
No?
Yeah.
You did Camels.
I moved around.
No.
Were you fancy?
I did Camel.
You did Camels.
You met me.
For the Camel
When you met
dollars?
me, that changed. Remember, kind of. So for the majority of my 20-year smoking career, probably was Marlboro mediums. Marlboro.
For 20, did you?
Is that the silver pack or the red pack?
They look like reds, but they have white on the pack too. They look just like reds, but they're a little bit taller, and they have the white border.
Gotcha.
I'd have to. I don't know. I used to remember. Yeah,
I
mediums.
haven't smoked in
They weren't lights and they weren't
10
reds.
years or more. It's been a long time.
Mine, she was high school all the way to or junior high. all the way to when I stopped with you. A long time.
You stopped before me though.
That's probably, a long time. But I wasn't a heavy smoker though, ever. I never smoked a pack a day, not ever. It was like, I would have one a day or two a day even at the most, cigarettes, I don't know. But yeah, when you drink, yeah, for sure, it turns it up. You're just all social and interacting and can't feel that buzz that's hitting you like a hammer every 2 seconds. Nothing worse than that, getting spun on that. It makes you so dizzy.
Really?
Oh, it makes you so ill. You can't run from it. Nicotine's a funny drug. The high on it is so nauseating.
Yeah, the
you
thought
can't.
of it makes me sick.
Yeah, you spin. Oh yeah, fuck all that. It's.
I kind of want to try it now.
So blunt. You gotta be careful with blunts.
Like Black and Milds?
Low key. Just this is allegedly, because they're tobacco roll. Like any tobacco roll paper, if it's big enough, you can get a little. You can feel it. Like oh shit, and it makes you so sick. I don't know.
And tobacco's just a plant, right?
Yeah, tobacco's a leaf, and tobacco is actually not bad for us. It's all the bullshit afterward they put into it. There's a great podcast, another podcast. Did you ever listen to American Scandal? No. Check out American Scandal. That's a dope ass show. But they do a big thing on the vaping fix, and they go through all this. The tobacco leaves, there's nothing wrong. It doesn't harm us. It's from after it's harvested. They put nasty shit in it.
Like they soak it in chemicals and stuff like that.
Oh
right?
yeah, it's a whole bunch of shit. Oh. Yeah, I'll leave all that alone. Yeah, that's a weird world, the smoking world.
Even like chewing.
I'm glad to be up out of it.
I thought chewing looked cool. Like when my brother-in-law's chewing, and he has a little thing like that. I'm like, damn, I want the little thing right there. Like,
you never chewed?
No, I have, and it was mint, and it was my friend. He had it. He like shook it, and then he was like, here. And so I took some.
What color was the mint? Blue or green or?
It was. I don't know. It was the actual chew was like brown.
Yeah.
But
what color was the can?
The can was green and it had a grizzly bear on the front.
So that's wintergreen and that's called Kodiak.
Yeah.
I guarantee it was Kodiak.
Woo!
Kodiak.
And that shit was. It tasted delicious. It was nice and minty, right?
Yeah, man.
So if it was like a breath mint, it'd be awesome. But then I started chewing it, and then like I kind of swallowed it a little bit. My friend's like, don't swallow it. I was like,
you're sick.
Fuck me.
Chewed Kodiak for a long time.
And so I did it, and I couldn't keep it underneath my lip. And he was like, all right, if you can't keep it under your lip, like put it in your cheek. And I was like, all right. So I tried it. Nope. I couldn't get it down. I couldn't get the technique down. I ended up like my stomach started hurting because of the flavor.
Yeah.
And then I started to get a little dizzy.
That's it.
And I was like, what the fuck?
That's the loop. Same thing from smoking. I chewed for most of my life. Love that shit. I remember that.
Did you ever chew?
No.
Girls chewing is kind of nasty.
No, I tried it once, but it was because I had an abscessed tooth.
I know several.
And it like
girls
numbed it up.
chew.
But yeah, no chewing.
I know girls that chew for sure. A lot of them go to the pouch things, but yeah, I know a lot of. Oh, I miss Copenhagen snuff. God, I miss
Copenhagen?
Copenhagen snuff, yeah.
What's that? Is that chew?
Chew, yeah. It's the finest tobacco made.
Why'd you stop?
It's not good for you. At the end of the day, it can give you some issues. I always put mine up here. And my dentist said I've been chewing for a long time, long time, way longer than smoking. It's like, you chew, right? He could kind of see the, I can't remember the word it's called, but the stuff in your lip, you can kind of see the wear, over and over wear in the same spot. He's like, this mouth is clean, like your teeth. He's like, I would think about this. Just consider it. Don't stop, do your thing, but I've never seen anybody chew as long as you have. I can't remember the amount of years. It was a long time. And a lot of it. 24 hours a day, I had chew in my mouth. I'd sleep with it and shit all the time.
Really?
I've had a chewing thing for sure. Yeah.
You ever swallow it when you're asleep?
Oh, yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Tobacco. Yeah. Copenhagen snuff was definitely more my gig. But all day, every day, I could eat with it in.
What?
I would take one out to put one in. That simple. So it'd only be. I remember the day I threw it out. I remember this vividly. All of this vividly. But yeah, it's a. Chew. Oh God, yeah, I miss chew.
Damn, did I just bring up something he about to start again?
No. I'm around it all the time. It's a huge thing. Lot of Lyme chew is a big thing. But the doctor's saying, hey, you've cut it out 20 however many years. He said, I'd think about stopping. But damn, your teeth are so clean. And what, how do you, it's really, really good for your teeth. It keeps your mouth unbelievably clean is the weirdest part.
Because you keep salivating?
I don't know. The chemical, he said it was the actual tobacco, whatever's happening with that tobacco stuff, it's keeps your mouth clean, keeps your teeth clean. I'm sure if you don't brush and take care of them, it doesn't. But
yeah.
So I just freaked me out. I was like, I think I'll stop. So I stopped. I remember right where I was at and everything. I'll never forget that. Oh, I'll never forget that. Driving home from a funeral, actually, is what it was, but right in front of Strawberry Reservoir. I'll never forget it. I'm like, I'm done with this shit. And I just, out the window. I didn't litter, by the way. Yes, I did. There's no other way. There's a thing, and chewers all know this feeling when it's dry. There's a dry thing to it. It's anybody that chews will so get this with Copenhagen snuff. It's such a thing. Just more with snuff. The long cut stuff stays wet for a long, way longer. Snuff dries out. And it's kind of like coffee grounds. Kind of like it's the finest cut, the fine cut stuff. Mm-hmm. It's really hard to put in. It's like it's miserable. Dry chew is horrible. You just soon not have it at all. And it was just a almost dry one. I was like, perfect, I'm done. I took it out, flipped it, threw the can out the window. And I remember she looked over at me and something to the effect of like, fucking really? We got like Daniel with Heber's a long ways from here. Like, what's this all about? Kind of a thing. And I'm like, no, I'm done, man. I'm done. And I said it. And if I say that, and like Hanu was saying, if I say that, I do it. And I did it. I haven't touched it since. I smell it all the time. I love the smell of it. You love the smell of it. Mm-hmm. She told me it reminded her of her grandpa. That made it even harder to quit. Yeah, I love chew. Oh, yeah. I miss it.
Did your brothers chew? Or do your brothers chew?
Oh, yeah. Used to.
Like your whole family, your dad?
No. I'm sure my dad dabbled in it, but no, my dad didn't. He never had an actual long-lasting habit of smoking or chewing. Alcohol is all. But he didn't do either one of them for some reason. My grandpa chewed and smoked, we found out. But, yeah, me and my brothers, me and Jed especially. Jed just quit, I think, not too long ago. That's a rough one. Chewing's gnarly shit.
What do you think? What do you think your like your grandparents did? Like alcohol, tobacco. That had to been marijuana back then, right?
I know. Well, I'm sure there was. The boom of it was 60s, though. I think the 60s.
So,
but I'm sure of it back then.
Grandparents' grandparents would have been like the 20s, right?
Yeah. So my great grandpa Jake was born in 1906.
So he would have been 1920s. He would have been an adult.
Yep. On every single one of them, I know the stories well. I remember them vividly. They were all alcoholics. Mm. They didn't think so. It was new. Alcohol was kind of a thing. It was right before the big prohibition, right? Then it made it even more. But yeah, they were horrible alcoholics. They didn't know the repercussions of it all, and every one of them smoked. Every household. There was commercials. Yeah. They came later, but they were smoking. Everybody smoked.
Yeah.
There's no ages for nothing. Everybody just did whatever. Alcohol was a huge thing right there, the 20s. I know that. And
there was no regulation for alcohol back then, too, so it was probably like the fucking 150 proof.
Oh, yeah. Moonshine.
Everclear for everybody.
Yeah, my great-grandma and grandpa were smashed all the time. They cleaned up later, but it's like 40 years of their life they were a mess. But I don't remember them years of them. I don't have recollection of that, but I remember them very well. But I don't remember them being a mess. It was just we were on the tail end of it.
Do you think that social media will be looked at as a drug in the next 50 years?
100%. It already is.
Right,
the addiction anyway, not a drug, maybe not classified the word as a drug, but it's the worst addiction I think there is. It's attention. It's stealing your attention. So, yeah. I think it's worse than it's not worse. It's marketed. There's a huge podcast on that, too.
Depends on the person, right? Like individual.
Yeah.
Like alcohol, right?
Exactly.
Like, anything, right?
It's all about Instagram does nothing to anybody, just like guns don't hurt people either.
Yeah.
Same thing. It's human. There's something about that temptation though, when people, a lot of psychology there, will gravitate toward it and stay in this little hook of addiction, of repetitive behavior.
There's so many receipts though. That's the crazy thing about what we live in now, the digital age, is that there's receipts of all this. So when our kids, the grandkids, right, look back and I wonder what grandpa was doing, or I wonder what great grandpa was thinking.
They can see our shit.
They got receipts.
They can hear it and see it.
Oh, Grandpa chewed.
We had pictures. They're so gray and white, and you think it's them because Grandma wrote Grandma Bethany on the back, right? We have that. Some of that.
Dog, you know, back
all of our life is on fucking. They can see it.
Everything.
That's a huge revolutionary. That's cool.
And I think it was the late 1800s. All those photos taken back then, most of those people were dead in those photos. Did you know that?
What the fuck? Where did this come from? Are you serious?
Yeah. So like those photos that you see where
they're standing up on the.
Yeah. Most of those photos, they're dead.
They're posing them?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Damn. That's real.
Real talk. Like,
where do you hear some of this shit? That is crazy knowledge right there.
It's just these wormholes that I fall into, man.
No, that's cool. I love
like
that.
The Slipknot one.
That's a beautiful one. That was a beautiful one. I love to learn.
Yeah.
I love to learn. I love to learn. Clowning's fun for me for sure for a minute, but I like to learn, man. I love to navigate, learn, talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I forget why they were doing it that way. I think it was because they took so long to take a photo. I think that's what it would take a lot, like hours to take one photo.
A team.
Yeah. Like there was so much that had to go into a photo. And I think the easiest way was to take it after you're gone.
Everything took so much longer. Everything. As we lose a year and just lose it, you start thinking about it in just 10-year increments. Everything was slower. Everything. When all you had to do all day long as somebody on the prairie is just the fire and eat for the day. That's all you had for the day. You were the best fire starting psychopath ever walked this earth. You could chip arrowheads. You could create tool, whatever. Simple. Like it was simple. Everything's so fast now, and there's so much, but it doesn't have to be. We do this. We do this to ourselves.
Do you think that back then, kind of like what you were saying about the fire getter, starter, that's the only thing they had to worry about, right? During that time, that was their job, right? Do you think they ever looked at the blacksmith and was like, man, I want to do that? Do you think they ever got that temptation, or they were focused on what that was?
I don't know. I'm sure. They're still humans. I'm sure of that. But I don't know. Probably didn't have time to look, or Dad would smack you.
Right.
Get to work, boy.
Get to work. We need this fire now.
Seems like focused attention. Same thing. When you're doing what you like to do, or doing what you know you're doing, you like Michael Jordan. Don't hear a single whisper in that crowd as he's doing his thing. You know he doesn't. The hype's there, but he doesn't know anything. I wonder if it's the same thing. Like you're just there. You're so involved in just fire, nothing truly matters. But when you're done chilling by the fire, you're like, fuck you, blacksmith. I want to do what you do. I'm sure of it.
Does it bug you when a client, and you don't have to answer this if you don't, if it kind of puts a weird thing out there for the clients that listen, but when a client comes in with a spouse or a friend or whatever, right? They're one person, and they're sitting there watching you do what you do. Does that get annoying?
I have hours of this talk. Yeah, it doesn't get it will wear it. I don't know what the word to use there. Annoying, because we allow everything to come into our head, right? So I can say it this way. I'll say I can guarantee you I can take any human in the world and put them in the same position, and yes, it will be a not desired outcome of what you would like to see for the day. Yes, if I come to you and watch every move you make at the station, and don't say a fucking word to you, and just stare at exactly everything you touch. I give you 5 seconds. You be like, man, can you fucking move a little bit? Like,
I hate it.
See,
man.
so I'm so there's no trapped. It's my craft. I live for this craft. But the psyche's still there. Yeah. You're already insecure. You're putting something extreme. If somebody says they're not, I think they're full of shit. You're putting the most permanent thing on the earth we know of on somebody. There's not many more things very much more permanent without a lot of work to get rid of it as a tattoo. It's very much a commitment. You already got that in your head, and I think a lot of artists, I think it's hard, man. It's a funny craft. You got to get through that for sure, and I'm still there. I try to derail people a little bit with it. I try to steer it sometimes. I try to talk to people, and especially for me, because I'm a very talkative person, and I like to conversate. I just like to understand people and just be friendly back and forth, whatever. But if they're checked out, I just assume like put on headphones, have them either engage with me or you're not. You're not going to dabble with me and stare at your phone and then poke a thing or two and then go back and then stare at me. Like I need consistency in our thing. That's what I like. But to answer the question in a longer way, yeah, it is really, really hard on your brain throughout the day, especially when they won't say anything. And I have several of those that they won't speak.
Oh, that's
they just don't talk. They're in pain, right? And I feel that. See, I always go the other side of that. I'm fine with the other side of that. I understand they're in pain. You don't want to talk. That's who you are. That I respect that.
But what about the guest?
The guest. What do you mean?
So let's say
the person that's with them.
Yeah. And they're just like kind of hovering.
Oh, dude, I thought you meant the client.
No.
I'm so sorry.
The plus one.
You can stop me anytime. My bad. Nah, not very often. There's a weird thing there, almost like an unspoken.
They know to wait their ass.
Yeah, you can
in the
feel
lobby.
it. There's a thing for most people.
Yeah.
We've had some that get out of line. I've had to stand up and do things. I've had to ask people to sit down. We've had to do things like this before, but rarely are people out of line that way. It's kind of like walking behind the desk at the teller at the anywhere.
Yeah.
Any restaurant when you easily could. You have that little feeling. You're like, I shouldn't go through here. Like when you're walking through.
Yes.
Is that so? Like if you're going to the bathroom at the Mexican joint and you're like, I can't remember that one. It's like you kind of walk through, or like Chili's, and you're like, "Whoa, this is the kitchen." You have that. It's
you could easily walk back there, but you're like, I know I ain't supposed to be back here.
It reminds me of that feeling. I would think what people think. Of course, I'm not there. I'm not on that side of it ever. I'm always working, but I see it constantly, and I pick up every little thing people do because I like to do this with it. Absolutely, I think it's like that. For most people with a decent conscience can feel the room. They can feel the energy. I think the people in the room can change all of that too. And if they're clowns and it's just fucking a circus up there, then the people are going to be circus in there. When I'm up there, it's not orderly per se, but it's a thing. It's the don't go behind the counter at the McDonald's, wherever you're going there, because you just kind of know better.
Yeah,
and they don't push it. That's why my kids are kind of the way they are, with never having to do anything to them. They don't push anything. They think I'll kill them. I won't. But it's the unspoken rule kind of thing. That's how I would answer that. It's a lot of that stuff is kind of unspoken. You can you're dedicating that much time and money and dedication to doing something. They're decent people usually. Yeah. They have a conscience. They're thinking. I don't know if that's how I would say it though.
I would be so annoyed.
It's happened before, and the way to get around it, just like Hanu's thing, it's so simple. Fix it. Fix this. Whatever you're doing, stop it. Stop. Like you should stop me when I'm saying shit. When I went down that wrong way, you stop me, man.
Well, I was because I thought you were talking about what the 1 + 1.
My shit's too long anyway.
And then you said it, and I was like, hold on. No, he ain't talking about the +1.
But that's me. I'll jump right there. So right there, up there, but that's my world too. I'll just jump into whatever and move things if they need to be moved. It's a balancing act with people's emotions, and I'm not really super great with that a lot of times. And people, I set the tone in the room usually. I set the energy in the room very, very much, and I know that. So I try to just work with that. If I'm doing what I do, things just kind of happen.
On average, how many new people do you guys get? Do you get often new people, or is it more like just your regulars?
I know what I would say. What do you think?
I mean, we have a ton of regulars, but we also have a lot of new people coming in, but all of our new people become regulars, so I mean,
but everybody's new at one point, right?
Yeah.
Everybody.
But most of them,
here's how I would answer
all of
that.
them are referrals though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I was going to go with it. Is the only way that's a thing. Like we don't have the walk-in thing, so that cuts out that piece of that pretty well, because it's not a discovery. It was a cultivated thing. It wasn't like a stumble into it kind of business.
Yeah.
So the people that come here, there's a reason. There's a purpose that they know. So I would say new people. They're new the first time, and that's it. Like you say, they stay in the loop. But it's not a reoccurring thing. No, we have the sacrifice when we have a virgin skin and a first timer. Rarely do we have that. Connor had 2 the other week. Drove clear from Vernal. Found him just on Instagram.
Wow.
tattooers in Utah, blah, blah, blah. Just however they searched it. I'm not 100% certain there. I know what they told me, and regardless of whatever, they drove for it's 3 hours, bro.
Yeah.
To come strictly to Connor.
That's cool.
So
man.
people are, so Instagram, we're talking, it's beautiful.
Yeah, that's dope.
If it's the right way it's being used.
So
that's a way new. They had never been here and never been nothing, and they came straight clear down to here.
Has Bailey tattooed here yet?
No.
Bailey, it's snowing outside.
The weather outside. It would be nice to not drive so far.
Yeah, it'd be so far away.
I could keep going there.
Just come here.
The snow's so deep, you may as well just walk over this way.
You got a 10-minute drive over here. It's
So-
nice and plowed.
Any human being that wants to have somebody stare at what they do all day, I encourage it. Anything you do, I don't care what your job is. Just imagine somebody watching every movie you make this far from you. Sometimes, within a head length of you most of the day. We look forward to them people. I look forward to stuff where they can lay down and relax, and I can just do my thing back here and not worry. Backs, calves, things like that. I love those little times because those are kind of our relaxed times.
You know, sometimes we moan, like right when we just you would do that in somebody's ear.
Did I just do that? Oh, do people you say?
Do you ever you're tattooing somebody and you just kind of
You name it, I've had it. I've had screams, we've had laughs, we've had where they don't belong. People you name it. Sleep. I have two people guaranteed 100% of the time guaranteed will sleep through the entire piece.
Is that possible?
Absolutely.
Do you think you could fall asleep during the tattoo?
I can't fall asleep anyway.
Yeah, that's true. When are you getting the rest of your tattoo done?
So
I don't know.
I enjoy them though.
Work
Absolutely.
on it.
I feel like it's been like a year. It's been over a year.
I've only been tattooed twice this year. Probably only 4 hours.
Cause it was somebody's birthday. Whose birthday was it? It was a tattoo party, or something like that. Was it Jade's birthday?
I don't remember the last time I even tattooed you.
Cause it was you got
hat,
the HLT on the back of your head. I think that was the last one, right?
Mm-hmm, for me.
And then you did Jade. Or no, Jade did you, and then you did.
So it was we had a thing going there. So I was tattooing Cole, my kid.
Yeah, that's right.
And she was tattooing me
That's
at the
right.
same time.
And you got yours done around that time, or you were working on that.
Dude, it's been a long time.
Remember.
You are married to a tattoo artist, and you have a daughter tattoo artist. And I would be tatted up if I had all that.
Everybody says that. It's actually the other way. It always is the other way.
Just no more time.
Right at the start, it's hype. We're going. We're every little hole we can fit. We have 0 holes to put anything. Not one single speck. She schedules almost to the minute now, hourly of my day. We have no time. And the second we get any time, I'm down here cranking out orders, trying to stay. We just
next hour continues.
grind. We just need
Just do
we need
something
some
small on her hand right there. Have her sit right there, and you just go like this. And
on camera.
I'll just sit right there.
Okay.
Just do something small on you. What do you want? We do a butterfly.
I'm a tattooing little. You're gonna do it.
Do we?
Yeah.
Do we have a name for a granddaughter?
Yeah.
Faya.
Faya. What?
Faya.
Faya Ophelia Rain.
So we're not going the indica route?
No indica.
I like that name.
I did too.
No indie.
What's the last name?
Stenseth.
So there's four names there. Try to write that down. Faya.
Faya Ophelia Rain. Stenseth.
Faya Ophelia Rain.
Stenseth.
Add up the letters. So in my name, I've never done my middle name. 16 plus Brent. 16 plus 5. 17, 18, 19, 21. There's 21 letters in my thing. How many are in yours? She's got 40. Yours is kind of
10. I'm 10.
I have 20.
Is that right? Andre Steven?
First, last, for all of it.
Oh, all of it? Yeah, 15 then.
15?
Yeah.
Look at Faya's.
Oh my gosh.
18. I have 18.
Tomea?
Look at Faya's. Tomika.
Tomika, my bad.
Tomina.
On that note, I gotta get out of here, guys.
I know.
Yeah, it's getting a little late, huh?
Oh yeah, and it's Christmas time, so the family's like waiting to do shit.
It is Christmas time.
They are so cute, man. This is my kids.
When
are
we gonna
so
see some rock of goddamn pics?
Maybe we'll come. Maybe we'll come this week. Maybe we'll
pictures.
come Christmas.
When we gonna see your little family pictures?
So
Christmas family pictures. Come on.
I need to get some because the way that Hanu has his family picture,
That's dope.
it's put me to fucking shame, man.
It's a good picture.
I-
Good looking
I-
family. He's got a good looking family.
You ever see
a whole pile of them?
You ever see the corny family picture where they're all on the tree and like it's like the dad at the bottom and then the mom in front of the dad and then like the oldest kid in front of the mom and they're all on the tree?
Uh-huh.
I want to do something corny.
We're doing like a
that.
piggyback
Yeah.
shit, some shit like that. We'd have to do it the other way around here. I'm the littlest thing.
You could be the one.
Not you, but the kids jumping on top of me. It's over.
I try to find like the
My kids are bigger than me, Andre.
not Cole.
My boys, Cole's my size, I would say.
Yeah, Cole's not. He's not bigger than you.
But the other
Kate's
two,
not bigger than you. Landon, that's funny because Landon's the baby, but he's gonna be the biggest.
and kids are on. They're big
I think
kids.
he's bigger than probably Kate and
They all weigh
now.
more than me. Is that bigger? Does that constitute bigger?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait, yeah, they're all.
but they're tiny.
they weigh
Like
more than me.
Kate's tiny. Kate's just fit. He's an active fit kid.
It's still weight. If he gets on my back, I'm fucked. If all of them pile on me on that cute picture of yours, that's all I'm saying. I gotta be on top.
Yeah, we gotta give
Like,
him
hey,
some
Daddy's on top because I'm the littlest guy.
baked potato and steak is on the menu for Junior for the next 3 months.
She feeds me up,
Yeah.
man.
You need Build bars.
Bill bars are good. Cliff, do some cliffs.
Get you bulking up.
I'll eat when I'm dead or something.
All the
Wait,
pasta.
Pasta's good. Like pasta. I love me
good
some
for you.
carbs.
No, hell no, it's not.
Wheat.
Spaghetti pasta. You do that.
Yeah.
Spaghetti squash.
Yeah,
Spaghetti
that's
squash. Yeah.
That shit's dope.
yeah.
Dude, I'd prefer it over noodles. When she made that for the first time, I think we talked about it. I was like, what?
You know what I really liked that was, I
But I'll
guess,
eat.
healthy?
I'll try anything. It was so good.
The zucchini thing. Remember the little boat? The little zucchini boat with meat on it?
Oh, stuffed
the
pepper?
stuffed zucchini.
Or stuffed zucchini.
Yeah. That was fire. Yep.
She has all kinds of cool ideas. I don't know if you've made them. We'll have to just make more of them. Show them all your stuff.
2022, we got the cookbook coming. We promise.
I know.
It's coming, just like everything else.
Come on, Tomika.
What's Santa? How's that go?
Santa baby?
Not that one.
Oh, no.
Keep your shirt on. Why does Santa Claus need a bigger bag? How's it go?
Why is Santa's sack so big?
Why is Santa sack so? God, I have a hard time remembering those.
Because he only comes once a year.
That was pretty dope.
Yeah, think
I
about
didn't know
coming
Ani
once a
was
year.
so
That would
full
suck,
of them
man.
jokes, Daddy. He got them going.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Told from this kid. Are you fucking kidding me?
All right, I gotta get out of here. Follow me at Drerawka, DRERAWKA, allrock.com. Cookbook coming soon.
Yes.
It's just a cookbook.
Just a cookbook. Yes.
That's your New Year's resolution. Revolution?
Yes, resolution
Res-
that I need to work on. Yes.
I need the soup. I told her during the snowstorm, I was like, man, you know it'd be perfect
She
on
makes
today
hella
like this.
soup.
I was like, a tomato soup would be nice with a nice grilled cheese.
Hey-o.
But I can't make it because there's 8 feet of snow outside. So if I had the cookbook, I can make my own at home.
But you would have had to went to the store. It'd be better if I could teleport it to you.
That would be dope.
That's coming.
Figure that out.
That's all coming.
And then I can
Elon's
just
all over
like
that.
put it
Genius
in my
exhibition.
microwave and push in a code and it'll send it to Dre's microwave.
That would be
That'd
sick.
be cool.
I'm thinking.
Yo, I wonder, there has to be a way. Look, maybe if you loaded all the ingredients in like a machine and then she programs and
Bluetooth.
she sends it. That's the move.
Don't say it.
You have to put the
Talk about it
ingredients
after
in the
the show.
machine. I'm going to give it out there because
You're always doing this. You're an inventor. You kill me with ideas.
you can create this machine and it has like razor blades and stuff, like a knife and stuff. So it will cut everything the way it needs to cut and then it will measure everything that needs to be measured. And then it just goes into a pot and all you got to do is stir it.
Pop-pops.
Boom.
You're always full of these.
Boom. It's just a
Just made for you.
yeah, just made for you. That's the name of
Oh
it.
my God.
What's the social medias, Erica?
Highline Tattoo Fab Shop, 27th Hour Podcast. Also, if you need Scentsy, you can always contact me.
Time of year, everybody likes the
Scentsy.
I'm out of my little plastic ones.
Dude, the fall smells are so memorable for me this time of year. Fall to now.
Cedar mill all day, pine all day.
After Christmas, nobody gives a shit about that kind of stuff anymore for a while.
The prices go low?
No, I do it all year round.
Same here. I told you, Tressa hates me in the summertime because I'm like, pine it up in August.
She's like, no, it is not that time. This is a seasonal thing.
I'm like, fuck that. Rocking around this fucking Christmas pine.
I do it too.
I love it. It just smells good.
Cashmere Woods, here we come.
Yeah. All right.
Definitely.
We're out of here. Should we stop?
Take us out, Junior.
Ease is a greater hardship to progress.
Take two.
Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship.
Boom.